So welcome to day 106 of scaling my marketing agency to 10k a month. Bit of a different video today from the surroundings, from the title of it and the thumbnail that you would have seen as well. And yeah, somewhere you've never seen before. Mainly for the fact that I'm down here at the bottom. Let me show you what you would have seen on the thumbnail. Essentially with all my stuff here that I am sending back home tomorrow, essentially. So my mum is coming to pick all of that up because I'll be staying here literally another couple of days, and then I will be off. I'll be off back to live at home for a few months at least. It made sense to do it this way, even if even in terms of making the decision around, do I leave my part-time job, and then what do I do? Do I leave here early, or do I stay the entire time regardless? And it just became a decision around a load of different factors, which I've kind of spoken about in previous episodes, around the fact that my partner, she's going off to Paris from like August time to study there, so I knew that either way I was going to be between two places a lot anyway, and I thought, what's the point in trying to do really crazy stuff like finding my own accommodation and finding places to live as like a proper actual main residence for me, when I'm going to be paying all that money to not even be there like a lot of the time, or only half the time, because of me wanting to be in Paris so much to be with her. And it's also obviously a lovely place there. So essentially I did the maths and I made the decision to move back and do it early because the finances allowed, and it meant that I kind of made that decision in March, kind of the middle of March, and then I ended up ending the month on like a record month for the business, which was also like more like added confirmation that you're freeing up my time, going back home, getting like locked the fuck in, and settling, settling to actually get the business in the best position possible over the summer months and into August, September, when I start heading off to Paris to go see her. I just felt like that made like the most complete sense, because anything like lifestyle choices around anything like that is just completely like irrelevant to me at the moment where I am, because every single thing I'm doing is just around even when I'm not working, it's a case of I'm trying to do things that are just going to make me feel better so that I can work more, in terms of apart from things like having to go to the part-time job, obviously they're just shifts that I have to do for a guaranteed income, but other than that, like reading or going on walks and stuff like that throughout the day or after work, and watching a show or whatever, it's like, to be completely honest, a lot of that I don't enjoy like a crazy amount. Like the thing that I do enjoy is making breakthroughs with the business at the moment, and pushing it forward. And I think that there's definitely something to be said about in the future, can that cause issues when it's not like life and death situation. It's like the difference between earning 10, 15 grand a month and earning 20 and feeling really hard done by or hurt by the fact that I'm not getting there yet. And really you kind of step back and think back to now, for example, and think, what the hell was I kind of worrying about, in a sense? Essentially, I don't know, who knows, that could come back to bite me, but I think like every single kind of entrepreneur and everybody in this space that I know that's doing really well is we kind of all go through the same thing, because we're very ambitious people. We know that we can do it. It's just about the sacrifices that come with it, and that's one of them. And I think something I've realised from this entire journey and me being here the last kind of 6 months is essentially the fact that you can genuinely have like pretty much anything within the laws of physics and everything like that you want in the world, essentially. On a long enough time scale, you can make that happen, but it's just a case of what sacrifices do you take to get there. And some things, the price that you have to pay to get there isn't worth it. And honestly, I completely respect that, because I was thinking about the fact that I know that there's, um, like in, 2, 3, 4 years, there'll be people that I knew from, school, or, I went to uni with that one year, or just people I know in general, family, friends, who might technically, however you like physically measure it, be happier than me, despite lifestyle wise, earning wise, in terms of, yeah, the just simple things like how able are they to get into the, housing ladder, or take their family on a holiday in the future. Like, obviously money accounts for all of these things, as much as it isn't the root and cause of happiness. Like, it obviously controls everything in our life, and the way it looks, right? But ultimately, that important question of what's within, that's something that's more difficult, because for me, I know that I will be really, really successful in the coming years, but it's a case of at what cost, and what cost to me myself. Like, sometimes I refer to that quote that's by Elon Musk, where he says, he essentially says, people say that they'd want to be me, but you would be me for a day and you'd realise that my mind's a storm. And despite it kind of coming from him and his controversies, I think it's true for like a lot of entrepreneurs, which is that in terms of my results over the last couple of months, and for my age and like where I was a year ago, everything's incredible. But when you're living in the day to day and you're so incredibly ambitious, like the reality and what you actually feel towards it can be incredibly polarizing, and because you just want it so bad, this vision that you have for it, and you're so ambitious for that, you do have to be careful about how negative you can be feeling about yourself, despite there being really good things going on in life. But yeah, to move back to why I'm here and all this stuff down here, it's obviously the Thursday today, it's in the afternoon. Essentially, I did a load of work that I needed to do this morning. Things are really positive in terms of my team member is now in a group chat with the clinic that I'm working with in central London, and they're working directly together to say, I was speaking to this lead, this is what they've said, do you want to get them over the line, essentially. And the generating the leads is incredibly easy. It's so cheap to get leads in, so it's just a case of the qualification process, and I think I can get them really good results over the next couple of months, and I think it will be a very good testimonial for me in the long run. And I've literally it's been a crazy week, because I've launched 4 client campaigns this week, and then moving home, quitting my job, all in 1 week. It will be me being unemployed, moving house, and also for the business, the kind of the busiest in terms of client campaigns and launches. There's been a lot going on. I want to do the end of this video. I know it's been 8 minutes and probably no one's watching at this point, but this is all the stuff, right? I want to take you through the house, if I don't fall over, and kind of show you my room, because you'll see just how empty it is. So here we are. So essentially you can see me here, and I've got a load of cleaning stuff, because I'm just going to clean the place. But yeah, if I step back for a second, this wardrobe area, completely empty. You can see the desk area over here. Obviously all the bedding's on at the minute, because I've still got tonight here before I'm going to end up in a sleeping bag the last couple of days. But obviously the desk area is completely empty. All of those drawers and everything around it is all empty there. So essentially it's all done. I'm just going to clean some more. Like I said, I kind of got my work done kind of 7 a.m. till about 11:30, 12 today. So not obviously a full day's work, but yeah, just obviously got all these chores and things to be doing. And I also have been sorry, I was just reading literally supposed to have a meeting earlier, and just rescheduling that now. with a kind of intro call. So the ads are still running, they're still producing, they're not running as best as I'd like them to. But yeah, like I said, I'm still doing bits of work here and there, things that are important, replying to emails and group chats and things like that from clients. So yeah, essentially that is day 106. I'm moving out of this lovely place right here. It's been the last 6 months. It's been the last, well, I mean, some of the videos you would have seen, like there's videos on this channel of me being in Manchester, London, Paris. And I think that's about it. And a lot of that happened like towards the start of the year, kind of February and March time. But yeah, I guess I'll be on the move a bit more again at the minute. And yeah, it's going to be weird. Like, I guess to an extent, when you have like an online business, you're always thinking about you as much as it's online and it's obviously through a laptop. And I do work from different locations. Like I've taken a sales meeting and converted a sales meeting, like from my girlfriend's house with, you know, like having to do like a virtual background because it would just be the bed. And you know, that was my first big deal that I did. That was the first call I took with that client. Was from there. So I have done it, but you do start to think of the business and the life that you have around it as dedicated obviously to one place. So it's going to be weird me going back where I started the business with like a different laptop, for example, as well. So that's like a whole different machine using like cold calling and stuff like that. And now it's kind of like, yeah, just a completely different kind of situation. And yeah, it's going to be interesting the next couple of months and following that. But yeah, there we are.